I am Draupadi. All of you must have heard or read stories of my extraordinary life, isn't it? Today, I am going to tell you about the story of my Swayamvar day, the day when kings from across Bharat had come to participate in a contest to win me as wife. Prior to that, my father had arranged an artist to make portraits of all my suitors and showed them to me. Among those portraits, I was curious about two. The first one was Arjun's, the middle one among the Pandavas, renowned as the best archer. And the second one was Karna's. I was captivated by his extraordinary life story and those beautifully sad eyes. But my twin brother, my beloved brother Drishtadyumna, and my mentor and confidant Krishna had warned me against choosing Karna. Yet, those pair of sad eyes remained in my mind. Finally, it was my Swayamvar day. I looked at my wedding garland, coiled like a white snake on a silver tray. I regarded it warily, as if it's going to strike at any moment. What's wrong with you? That was my Daima, the head of my attendees, asking me, looking at me. Why your face is like a blackened pot? I said, this garland looks so heavy. And then I imagined placing that around a neck. Only a pair of sad eyes was visible. Rest of the face was frustratingly blank. Ridiculous, Daima said. If he is a true hero, he will be able to bear the weight of that garland. My attendees buzzed around me. Necklaces, bangles, anklets, a massive nose ring which was attached to my hairdo. I said, it looks like I am in a battle armor. Of course you are, my dear, Daima said. Now hurry up, your brother Drishtadyumna is waiting outside to take you. My twin brother, my beloved Dri, was waiting outside to walk me to the wedding hall. I immediately noticed the sword on his hip. I asked, why the sword? This time again, Daima replied, what a question. It's a brother's sacred duty to protect his sister's virtue. Today, his hands are going to be full with all those dirty old kings sitting there. As we were walking towards the wedding hall, Dri said, the kings have brought their warriors along with them. But you don't worry. The Panchal army is ready to armed. I looked at him and said, oh, thank you for letting me know. Now I am fully calm. He smiled and said, did anyone ever inform you that sarcasm is unbecoming in brides? As I stepped into the wedding hall, immediately there was complete silence. I smiled grimly behind my veil. I told myself, savor this moment of power. Just maybe you are only one. Dri introduced the contenders to me, but those two names were not mentioned. Then I asked him finally, Arjun? Dri replied, not come. Then I looked at him and asked, is that all? I could see his displeasure in his eyes as he replied, Karna is here. I smiled again behind my veil. A trumpet sounded, the contest had begun. One by one, all those kings tried the Kindara bow to pierce the fish's eye, and everyone, including Duryodhana, failed miserably. Now only Karna was left. Like a lion, he rose to his feet. He turned southward to pray to sun. Then he turned northward to bow to his teacher. Such was Karna's greatness. He bore no grudge to his teacher who had cursed him. Then he approached the Kindara bow and lifted it as if it was a child's bamboo bow. I held my breath. Suddenly, my brother who stood by my side stepped forward as if he was nudged by Krishna and said, Karna, I know you are renowned for your skills, but my sister cannot have you as a suitor as you are a man of low caste. So I humbly request you to go back to your seat. Karna's eyes flashed like ice in sunlight. His voice was calm as he replied, it is true that I was brought up by Adiratha, but I am a Kshatriya. My Guru Parshuram saw this with his inner eye and he cursed me for that. That curse gives me the right to stand here and participate today. Who dares to stop me? When he issued this challenge, my brother Dri moved forward with his hands on his sword. A haze of panic blurred my vision. Something terrible was going to happen. No one else except me could stop this. But what am I supposed to do? I looked around for direction. I looked at Krishna. It seemed to me that he signaled with his chin. But what was he urging? I saw Guru Vyasa frowning. I remembered he had warned me that I would be the cause of my brother's death. I looked at Karna. He leveled his arrow towards my brother's chest. His eyes were sad, beautiful, and unfaltering. It was the eyes of a man who hits what he aims at. My mind went blank, except for one memory. The moment of my birth. I came out of fire, unwanted. It was Dri who had gripped my hand, claiming me. He had been the only one who loved me from the beginning. Everything else paled before that one memory. I stepped forward. I stood between Dri and Karna. I looked at Karna's face and said in a firm, loud voice, before you attempt to win my hand, King of Anga, please tell me the name of your father. Surely a wife-to-be who must leave her family to join her husband's has the right to know this. In the face of that question, Karna was silenced, defeated, head bowed down in shame. He left that marriage hall. Something changed the moment I asked that question, which I knew would hurt Karna the most. When I stepped forward and looked into his face, I saw a light in it. Call it admiration or love. But I was young and afraid, and my ill-chosen words quenched that light from that face forever. And when the time came for Karna to repay the haughty princess of Panchal, he did that 100-fold. Well, that's a story for another day. Thank you.